Hello friends, welcome to my channel Data Making. In this video, I'm going to discuss about the commonly used Docker commands when you work on Docker containers and other stuff, right? So let me minimize my recording window. Let's we start this. So basically, when you install a Docker, say example, if you want to know the version of Docker engine you installed, so you need to actually use this command sudo docker space hyphen hyphen version which will give the docker version which you installed. So in my system I installed docker version 19.03.5. Okay, and there is another command, similar command to find out the version, which is sudo space docker space hyphen v, which will also give the docker engine which is installed on your machine. So then there is a command called uh, sudo space docker space info, which will give the detailed information about the docker engine which you installed on the machine. So basically why I'm appending sudo here is, so basically the my current user which is a data making, it's not part of the group docker. So basically when you install a docker, you by default it will create a group called docker. So what are the user which is added to the docker group, which will have ability to run docker commands without sudo. Okay, that's why I'm adding a sudo before the commands. Okay, so you can actually find out the detailed information about the docker engine which you install it. And then there is a very useful command which is help command. So if you want to find out information about the particular command you want to run, so basically you can say sudo space docker hyphen hyphen space hyphen hyphen help, so which will give the list of docker commands which is available. Okay, which will give you like this similarly. So you can just go and check how do you run the other commands in the docker, like info we ran now, right? Similarly we are going to use all this pull command and the ps command list containers. So all this we are going to see this in this uh, the commonly used commands. Okay, so help is very handy command to use it. So it is giving all the information. Now I'm going to use the command called images, like so how many images available in your docker engine, it is going to show you here. So it is going to get the images from the local registry, and it will going to show you the. So basically when I installed docker, I for the verification testing purpose, I actually downloaded the image called hello world, which is one of the free image available in the docker hub. So you can, I downloaded and ran it to test the docker engine which is installed on my machine. So that's why I see when I type sudo space docker space images, this images which is there in my local registry, it is showing here. So we'll also try to pull some other image and we'll check how it is showing. Okay, so the next Andy command is basically you want, actually now I want to pull some image from the docker rep, right? So if you want to just find out the list of images available for specific topic, right? So example for python, so python there are n number of um, um, there are many images available in the docker hub, right? So you can actually search, you can give command called sudo space docker space search and give the python. So these are the images available in names of python in the docker hub. So you can choose whatever you want. So I'm going to choose the official the docker image which is python. Okay, so how do you get, so you can just open a docker hub. If you want to verify, you can verify, you go docker hub and type python in the search window. So you get this lot of images. So the first image we are going to run it. Okay, so how do you get that image? So you need to run the command called sudo space docker space pull the image name, and also you can give colon tag name if you want to get the specific image name. So if you don't specify the tag name after the image name colon tag name, it is going to get the latest image from that. Okay, latest tag. Okay, so after image is pulled, okay, which is basically it will download it, it will add it in your local registry. So if you run now sudo space docker space images, you see that apart from hello world docker image, so we have also have an image called Python which we downloaded in this previous step. Now two images available. So I'm just going to run this command called ps, okay, which is going to list out the list of containers which is running. So what is the command? Sudo space docker space ps. Currently I don't have any containers running, so it's giving empty. Now let's try to start the container. So how do you start the container? Basically how do you, when you run your image, the running instance of your image is called docker image is called docker container. So I'm just running sudo to run your image, and there's a command called run. So sudo space docker space run. Hyphen it is nothing but interactive mode, okay. So I'm giving the image name as Python. So it is going to launch the Python CLI, because this image is for Python runtime. So it is going to run. So because we pulled the latest one, so the latest build came from the Python version 3.8. Okay. So now this Python container is running. So in the other window, I open the other window, and I am just typing the command called sudo space docker space ps, which is going to show you the list of running containers. So this is the container which is running. So in the previous step we ran this image, so the container is running. So that's what it is showing here. Okay. So this how you can actually list the list of running container in using this command. Now I'm going to exit out of this the container. Okay, so I just put exit here. So when I came and typed the same command sudo or docker ps, this is nothing. No, this because I came out of the container, so it is just saying nothing is running. Now again I will open and run this um, docker container. Okay, the Python docker image in this one more window also I run this. So there will be two container running now. So I'll run the again docker ps commands, two containers running. So if you want to stop the container, you take the container id and use the command called stop. So what is the command? Sudo space docker space stop followed by the docker id. If you give sorry, container id, the container will be stopped. So if you see the ps, if you put, I did this A3 container got stopped. Okay. And also what is the, if you want to start the container, so basically you can pass the container id and you can start the container. Okay. So docker space sudo space docker space start and follow with the container id which will start the container. Now, so now two containers start running. Okay. Now there is a command called status. Okay, stats. So docker space stats, if you type like, so sudo space docker space stats, it will give you the stats of the running container. So basically what is the memory utilization, what is the limit of memory, what is the CPU utilization, and network IO and block IO, that stuff. This kind of handy command to know your the resource usage of the containers whenever you want to run your application on the container, right? So the next command is basically this command is, so we added a command, we added a image by using the pull command, right? We use the pull command to get the image. So suppose it is added in our local registry. Suppose if you want to remove the image, the docker image from your local registry, you can pass the RMI command. So sudo space docker space RMI -f followed by Python is the image name. So that image got removed. Okay. So now nothing, no containers running in my, so no, basically the Python image is removed from my uh, my docker. So I just show you that. So if you put basically if you put the images, it will actually show you sudo space docker space images. So I will have only the hello world images. See, the Python docker image got removed using the RMI command. Okay, so these are the some of the very frequently or commonly used docker commands in the docker engine. So there are some other commands which you may use occasionally. So whenever we start trying the new containers. When we start creating a containers and deploying application on container, we'll just go through those command also. I hope this video is helpful for you. I request you to subscribe my channel and click on the bell button to get notification whenever I add new videos. Thank you so much, friends. Please watch my other playlist and videos in my YouTube channel, which actually covers any programming language, and provide your feedback also. Thank you so much, friends. See you in the next video.